Alright, so we have an issue with our gate, and the issue is, you can see it right here, it's starting to come off of the top pin, and that's causing an issue with the door, with the gate closing. Let me see if I can show you what I mean here. Okay, so when the gate swings, well, we just, it just fell off all the way. So, what I was going to show you is that when it got all the way to the end here, it dragged on the gravel, but I think you see the point now. I thought that I was going to have to move the hinges to a different post, but I think I know how to fix it. Relatively simple. I first had hit it with some wasp spray because there's some wasps inside the tubing of the fence, because over time the fence has corroded and rusted, and there's holes in it, and the wasps are making their nests inside the tubing. I think the issue is that this bracket here is slipping. The fence, the gate, is actually slipping downward because this is not tight enough, and it's not tight enough because the bracket is meant for a larger diameter tube. So what I'm going to do is loosen the bracket here. And then I'm going to attempt to lift the gate up with these balloon lifts. I don't know what they're called, really. Shocking, huh? I never know what things are called. That may not work. That's just slipping. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. That worked. Seems a little bit better. Could raise up a little bit more. There we go. That's better. There we go. There we go. That's better. All right, we have a storm rolling in, so I had to put the camera away. But I wanted to show you what I did to solve the problem. So you guys saw that I already lifted the gate and repositioned the bracket, and then I put a screw in there and then pinched it. So this screw should make this a little bit thicker to provide a bigger, or a better, we got the storm rolling in, clamping force. And so now we got all the brackets in, and it swings with no issues now. It doesn't drag anymore. And that's what we wanted. Success. So in the last episode, you saw me install this door, and we ended with that. But there's something that needs to be fixed before I can finish the door completely, before I can put the trim on, the handles, the locks, that kind of stuff. So you can see here it's partly open. It doesn't close, it doesn't want to stay closed all the way. So when I close it, it pops back out. And I think what's happening is the door hinges. I think the hinges are not aligned properly or something. I'll show you what I mean. That is, we'll see the top of the door at the hinge side, there's a gap, and at the very bottom of the door there's no gap, and in fact you can see it kind of smash up against the door frame. So I think I need to do a little bit of adjusting. So I ended up putting shims between the wall, or the rough framing of the door, and the door frame. And now this door does close better. So when I close it, it stays in place. So that's good. And that's because it's not hitting the bottom of the frame anymore. Nice and level. All right, nice and level. So I got the trim in, and we have been doing just this. It doesn't matter, right?
Yes.
We've been doing this.
Okay.
So do you want to continue doing that here,
Okay.
like a so, or do you want to do the thicker one for the front door? And I have it going 2 inches beyond. The other ones are only 1 inch, so we can always cut it down, but just wondering if you would rather do that big at the top of the front door, or if you just want to keep the same.
I think keep the same.
Okay. All right, you guys remember a few episodes back in the master bathroom, we put up some peel and stick tile. It's a PVC based tile. Peel it, stick it up to the wall. Not waterproof and all that kind of stuff, but just an aesthetic look. So I want to give you an update on those. Well, it peels, it sticks, and then it falls off. So these are a no-go. We were really hoping that this would not be the case. Kind of worrying that it was going to be the case. We really cleaned the walls to make sure that there was no residue that would cause it to be able to fall off, but that didn't really matter. Initially what was happening was they were buckling at the edges, and what I was going to do was just get some super glue, kind of inject some super glue with the needle in those edges and on the top and stick it back into place. Hadn't gotten to that yet, and these things started just coming up. So I'm going to just go ahead and remove all of this stuff out of here, because clearly this is not going to work out well, and we definitely don't want it to fall. Luckily these have all fallen to where they haven't hit the floor sticky side down, because they are pretty sticky, but not sticky enough. So anyway, peel and stick tiles, no go, no go. Shoot.